going, JDM crew? John here from JDM EXPO, and I've got a new inventory video here for you. TLDR for a lot of the new guys coming in. We have a lot of inventory videos on here. This one is a new addition. It's a red RX7. So if you want to skip around, I'll have some details down in the description below. I'll be doing the exterior and interior in a little bit. But for now, a little bit of the driving performance and a little talk about the car. And so as you can hear the magic spinning triangles here, purring really nicely, just pretty good sound overall. And so this does have a good number of mods on there. As you can feel, well, I guess you can hear, I can feel the road definitely in my kidneys. We've got an upgraded suspension on this. Got coilovers on here all around. Got some aftermarket wheels and tires. And you can probably tell from a little bit of the noise in the cabin here, we actually have a little bit of the interior stripped out. So in the rear, basically the carpeting and stuff in the back is already gone. But we do have the battery relocated to the back. So instead of in the front, it's in the back. There's a little battery container right behind where you guys are. I'll show you that in a little bit. We do have the original spare tire on here, the tools and other stuff that go along with that. And yeah, so a couple of performance mods on here. We do have a aftermarket intercooler. We have better piping from Greddy. We got blow-off valves, some other stuff. Yeah, it's definitely modified. So it doesn't have the V-mount that you would expect from some of the larger setups. It's actually a little bit more, a little bit closer to stock in a way, just a little bit larger on the core for the intercooler. I'm not sure which brand that is. I'll take a look and see if I can see. I didn't see anything earlier for brand labels and such. On the interior, like I said, right behind you guys, carpet is taken out, so it's a little bit noisier. So if you're looking for something not so noisy, this isn't the car for you. With the intake and exhaust, it's a little bit noisier all around, which I think is a good time. For fans of RX7s, it's definitely a good time. But yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit more peaceful, this will probably piss off your neighbors. On the interior here, I do have a Carrozzeria audio system. So we got the head unit here. We got the Nardi Torino steering wheel, which is pretty tasteful for most cars. And I got stock seats here, so still comfortable. And if you have any smaller people to come with you, they can fit in the back seats there. But for anybody over 5'5" or 6'6", or about 155, 160 centimeters, might be maybe 165. Yeah, it'd be a little bit small in the back there, so might not be the most comfortable. But yeah, if you wanted to change that up to two-seater, you could probably take that out as well. But hey, you have a little bit of extra storage. So as you can tell, kicks up through the RPMs real quick. I could definitely see a puff of smoke back there. It's you know, a little bit more rich as soon as you dump the boost. It's rocketing pretty well there. Yeah, if you guys like a little bit of power, yeah, these magic spinning triangles are always good in a rotary engine. Let's fast forward to the warehouse. I'll show you guys around, show you the interior and the exterior, and we'll hop into the engine bay so you can see a couple of the mods that are there. It's nothing too crazy, but it certainly opens it up a little bit. Alright, so we'll start off here from the interior, and as you can see, OEM seats, and the door panels, and the dash here. So the previous owner had drilled in a couple of holes, so while there are no cracks, there are a couple of holes drilled in for like gauges and stuff, so you could definitely set that up as you please. And of course, here's the gauge cluster. We do have a Knight Sports 300 km/h gauge there, so this is updated a little bit. And yeah, I could show you the mileage there. It shows up at about 121,000 kilometers. Now, I'm not sure when exactly this was changed, but you can check with our sales team, and they can let you know what records we have about that, because they usually have something whenever they change those out, just like the Nismo gauges. And Caro's area audio system there, so you guys see that. We got the climate control goodies right there. And I'll step out so you guys can have a better look at the interior. Ow. And just gotta step out of here real quick. And so there we are. It's a little bit breezy here, so I'll try to keep it clear and concise. And try to stay close to the microphone. As you can see, no sagging in the headliner there. And we do have extra straps and stuff here. So they do have a couple of other mods and things. And as you can see, the back stripped out right there. So I'll show you that here in a minute. But as I mentioned before, not exactly the biggest amount of room there. And yeah, we do have an aero kit on here. It's a Memiya designed, so we'll get around to that here in a minute. Okay, I'll pop the hood there and the trunk, so we'll have a look around here. And I'll show you a little bit more of the exterior here shortly, but I did want to at least address this. Let me show you how the rear is stripped out. So we have that there, and the battery box there. So it's an aluminum box with the battery inside. So the cabling is routed to the front, and we do have some of the other items here, the jack, and we've got tools over on this side right here. So everything you need for anything roadside related, or if you head to the track. Alright, and as you can see, there is an aftermarket wing here with support cable here. So it is a little bit higher than OEM, and as you can tell with the wind, it is doing a good job of keeping this car down. A little bit of a breeze, but I know it's not enough to really do anything at this point. It's only like a 10-15 mile an hour wind. And as you can see, aftermarket exhaust. And while it is aftermarket, it's not that loud. I would definitely have had more louder ones, except I believe the cat is still installed on this one because it was able to pass Shaken before, you know, the Japanese inspections. And here we go. Oh, I better show you guys under here. I already popped the hood, so there we go. And this is an aftermarket vented hood. And here we go. So here is the engine bay. As I was saying, there's a couple of mods, nothing too crazy. We do have like braided coolant lines for the radiator. And here's some numbers for you guys real quick, so you can look those up if you're looking for any additional information, or when you're talking to our sales guys. We'll also have some information below and the stock number. And so you can see the couple of parts on here. And so we do have an engine dampener right there. And as I keep showing you, the Greddy piping, aftermarket, pretty thick intercooler there, and the radiator as well. So just a little bit better on the cooling there, and we have the additional piping for the coolant system there, and a slightly higher pressure cap as well from Apex. So that'll at least keep it from boiling off. So yeah, definitely and billet aluminum cover for the oil. So yeah, a couple of little things here and there, and the wiring which wraps up here to the front to get to a lot of the other accessories and relays and to the engine. So yeah, they do have the cabling set up for easy startup. Alrighty then. And so this one does lock in place into the OEM location, as well as having pins. So we got the pins on here. And as you can see, this aero kit, very tasteful, fits very nicely, along with these Manta Ray Sport racing rims. And so we've got 235s all around on this. Actually, I better double check on the back. I believe they were all 235s. And as you can see, the aftermarket suspension, which you did see also from the top there in the engine bay with those strut towers. Oh, I'm sorry, these are 265s in the back, by the way. So yeah, staggered setup. And the condition of the paint, which I know they definitely refreshed in some areas because it matches up with the body kit, so they seem to have done all that at the same time. Definitely looking really good though. There you have it, crew. Another RX-7 here added to the inventory. If you have any questions about this or any of the vehicles, make sure to hit up our sales team info at jdm-expo.com. They'll be able to answer your questions within about 24 hours if you direct message us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So anything about the process, any of the delays because of course the supply chain issues around the world. Certain areas are having delays while others are doing just fine. So some things have gone through pretty easily through some ports while others kind of backed up a little bit. So they can let you know anything about that as well if your country might have an issue with stuff from Japan. Obviously it's a little bit late to get stuff by New Year's because it does take a little while to get around the world from ship, but yeah, anything for the New Year's. What better way to bring in the New Year than having a nice JDM vehicle there to work on and have a nice project? Or if you want something a little bit more original, hey, our sales guys got you covered too. They can let you know what we got or if we could source one from any of our partners around Japan. And as always guys, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.